With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go! Yellow, 180. Double dog, that's the way.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Following the interception here, Rivers. Left side here to Sanders. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
At the 22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Rivers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in the zone.
Flush to his right. Lets it fly for Thielen. It's caught inside the 25. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big play there for Philly. And even 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Mahomes going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Looking deep for Elliott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away. And
on 1st and 10, Rivers. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. With it is Jackson. And now here comes Kansas City. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. Sports. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes over the middle to Evans. 20. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mike Evans, 44 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
Check 43.
Load it! Load it!
38, 38.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Hey, Alpha!
Mark 38, Mark 38, Mark 38. Here we go, here we go. 38 to Mike. You don't want nothing, baby. You don't want nothing.
They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. Lets it fly for Thielen. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. A first down carry by Elliott. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Elliott. Yardage back at the 12.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say.
Play act.
All it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's a bootleg with Rivers. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Red Delta!
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
On 4th down, they snap it to Rivers. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
The Chiefs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He's got Evans. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and the Eagles have recovered.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Coverage there by Earl Thomas.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Red! Check 52.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. They'll start the 3rd quarter on the ground with Gordon. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Melvin Gordon, 78 yards. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story before the game. We were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the nice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route, because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost. But sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying, take the penalty.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gano the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Yellow. Go on, Eddie.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Buying time to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Elliott, boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Now here's Mahomes. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Mahomes now to throw. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Able to hold them to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
3rd and long for Rivers. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down.
And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Evans once again the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack, his 2nd sack of the night. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for their offensive guys.
Going deep for Hopkins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Following the interception here, Rivers. Left side here to Sanders. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing Rivers. And he whips that one incomplete there. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. J.J. Watt able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Single, slot. Hey,
Alpha!
who's on 85? Come on, baby. Let's get this. Coming to the school.
Now Rivers on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. On 1st down, Elliott, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Yellow. I'm going little lady. 15. I got it.
Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Evans. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them in bounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting up.
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Looking to throw is Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2, try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this 4th quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Rivers. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They'll try to run some clock now with Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 18. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go to Elliott again. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought.
Game unfold. I kept thinking about when we did our
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And incomplete to open things up.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Eagles send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a... And look here, it's an opening drive fake. But he will not make the first down marker, and that'll be a turnover on downs. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I know when I was a kid, I always...
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Yellow, yellow.
Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Watch the screen.
Mahomes to throw on second down. He's going to loft one deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. A big play there. 48 yards. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
This will be taken very short. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. First play of the drive, going for 14 and also going for a first down. Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And he's going to go down again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Third and long. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. He's got a man, complete. And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. When the defense not able to get it, from a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A give to Barkley out of the gun. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On 2nd and goal, Wilson. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Here's Wilson to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 9 yards. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it,
He felt on 1st and 10, it's Wilson. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
and partner equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson dancing to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And Cooper able to work his way open. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. A first down carry for Barkley. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. His pass caught at the 4.
Return you're looking for. To get into that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do it.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense. Kick is away. This is taken at the 3. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick 6. And that'll be incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Being chased out left. Incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he comes back with one complete. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the interception, here's Wilson. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And And they will take over at the 26-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Wilson. Caught left side, it's Beckham. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters. More to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.